So I made a video earlier about how I don't believe most men, the majority of men, want to be fathers, because if they did, there would be more men adopting, more men mentoring, more men teaching, more men putting themselves in positions to gain the skill set necessary to be an active, involved, stable, healthy father. And they don't. And I received some fascinating comments. So I'm going to go through some of my favorites, starting with this. Let's read it together. Also, hi, my name is Shayna. I am happily, joyfully, peacefully child-free, and I want to spread the gospel of that to more people, ones who know that they want to be child-free and ones that are kind of on the fence, the ones that are like, I don't really know. That being said, I talk about so many other things on this page, so please like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and then let's talk about this mess. Let's talk about this mess. So in response to my video, this person says, yeah, that's true, but explain that to women who say they are dating for marriage, as if men are dating for the same reason. Men don't want to have kids. Women want to have kids. Men want women, so men tell women what they want to hear. So sorry, I actually just read it on my laptop. The last few words are, so men tell women they want to have kids. So I'm going to let that sink in with you. And I'm going to keep that comment right here so that way you can refer back to it, because this person is saying the quiet part out loud. I don't disagree with you. I think you're right. I don't believe most men want to have kids. I do believe that most men, all the ones that are attracted to women, don't necessarily like women, but they like women's bodies. They like having access to women's bodies. They like having access to the benefits of having women associated with them. They like that. Do they like kids? Not necessarily. Even their own. A lot of them don't like their own because they don't like kids. But somebody else brought that up in a different comment. I'll talk about that later. But let's break this down thought by thought, like sent line by line, because I find it so telling. They're saying the quiet parts out loud. We just need to have ourselves be open enough and non-judgmental enough. We can judge just inside, not here, just inside. But they're saying the truth. They're not wrong. You sin your hot pants. You're not wrong. Okay. But explain that to women who say they are dating for marriage, right? So as if men are dating for the same reason. That is the full sentence right there. Couple things in this. This is one of the big reasons why, when it comes to, as you're dating, telling people point blank what you want can be detrimental, because a lot of people say I want to be married, I want to have kids, especially when women are asked that. Okay, what do you want? A lot of women know what they want. And the big things, figuring out the little things, that takes time sometimes, which whatever, it's fine no matter what gender you are. But when it comes to the big things, a lot of women know the big things. A lot of women in my comments are saying that they knew they wanted to be child-free around like 10, 11 years old. I think one person said as young as 8 years old. And in the same way, a lot of little girls knew, I think I want to be a mom, pretty early on. Now, socializing women to think in that way early on is already something that I have qualms with. But this person is saying as if men are dating for the same reason. That same reason being marriage. He's not saying that men are necessarily dating to be married, but they want women. Right there. Men want women. So men tell the women they want kids. Lots of manipulation goes into this. A lot of withholding their truth and fitting themselves into whatever mold they believe will sell you on them. Now, that's already a problem on its own, but then you put your body on the line to have kids. There are a lot of people whose bodies have changed forever because they had kids. Like, sure, it's great, like your boobs get bigger, your hips get wider, all of that. But and sure, some people, it's real, it's not a joke, but like people talk about like, oh yeah, post-pregnancy boobs, they deflate. Sometimes you have pregnancy nose, sometimes all these things. Sure, those are like more superficial things. I know people that have gotten diabetes because of pregnancy, and that doesn't go away when you're done being pregnant. A friend of mine lost a kidney during labor. She's now one kidney less than she had before. And when men say that men want women, it's not that he wants your mind. This is not what this person is talking about. It's not he wants your thoughts. He wants your mind. He wants the more intimate, more soft, more personalized parts of you. He's talking about your physical form. He's talking about men want women's bodies. Think of Helen of Troy. They didn't go to war because she had because she was smart. They didn't go to war because she was funny. They didn't go to war because they went to war because she was hot. All we know of Helen, mind you, she could be smart. She could be a tactical genius. She could be super witty. She could be a juggler. She could be whatever. All we know about her is that she was the most beautiful person in the world at that time. Men want women, so men tell the women they want kids. Men don't want to have kids. Thank you, Senor Hot Pants. Now, I think a lot of men want the idea of kids. I think a lot of men want to have a legacy, which, let's be real, what legacy are you passing on, sir? Like a legacy of debts? All right, so your last name is Walterson. What is the legacy? Do you own a business that's doing well? Does your last name mean anything to somebody outside of you and maybe your dad? Because your mom really couldn't care less. There are a lot of women out there that are very excited to drop their last name. I love my last name. Yeah, my dad is insane, but my last name means a lot from where my paternal family comes from. And I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that immediate connection to my history. For what? For who are you? Who are you? Now, if your last name is like Disney, mind you, yes, Disney is terrible. It's terrible. We should all be boycotting Disney. But like, if that's the caliber of the last name that I'm picking up, I'll be like, all right. I could drop my last name. But that's because of the legacy. What legacy are you passing on to your children? I cannot. The highlight of what this person is saying is that a lot of men, arguably most men, know that a lot of women feel a sense of pressure to have kids, whether that's internal, external, socialized, whatever. A lot of women want to have kids, and they will use that against you. They will use that to manipulate you. Not for access to your mind, not for access to your words, but for access to your body and for the benefits that your body brings them. Because yes, sex is a big part of it, but also if you're around men and they're filthy, probably going to clean up a little bit after them, just in case, just so that way your space is nice and tidy. Even if it's not your space, if you're staying over with him and you're just surrounded by filth, or you want to have a nice breakfast and he lives off of like, what are those beef jerky sticks and you're gonna make a nice breakfast and then it's like, okay, I might as well make something for access to you and the benefits of being with you. Thank you, Senior Hot Pants.